is about what we call materials, territory, that should be divided one way or the other. Well, we don't know yet how we're going to end up with that because Abu Mazen has its own way, Mahmoud Abbas. But Hamas would argue that the conflict is not about territory. It's a matter of belief. So it's a cultural, civilizational one, not something to be measured by items like territory or oil wells or whatever.
But because he lived here, it attracted a lot of the artists and writers of the time to this area. And this is part of the old part of Tel Aviv, what is known as the White City. And the White City is the part of Tel Aviv before 1948, before the War of Independence. After the war, the city tripled in size, more to the north. It's called the Old North and Ramat Aviv and Park Hayarkon. They were all after the war of 1948. Before the war, it was just this area, and they actually bought all these lands from the owners, and they split the lands between the people who came here, and they started to build the city from the sands. Everything here was covered in sand.
But we try to do as much as we can. But I think that although it's frustrating that it's not necessarily that people don't really know that it's possible, and that also perpetuates, the stereotypes and negativity. I think it's also, I have a lot of hope and optimism when I look at the people who I'm working with, and it's a nice opportunity for me to hear again from Sua, what's happening with the families, and to know that they're, regardless of that, we're, even we here working in this industry aren't hearing about it enough of ourselves. So it's, looking around does give me some hope to know that not only here, but there are other organizations that are also working and doing wonderful work.
If Israel is smart, if Israel follows what, for example, is the Arab League peace plan, we set up a Palestinian state, we get out of the territories, most of the Arab countries recognize Israel's right to exist in smaller borders, and, ironically, a smaller country could be a safer country. In other words, the mentality here is you're either thinking of territory in terms of we need it in order to win the next war, or you're thinking of it in terms of we don't need it because we don't have to keep fighting wars. It's a complete mind change. It's a polarized situation.
So there were all kinds of questions that people were asking. Did we get to the right place? Is this Jerusalem?
והשיחה הזאת בעצם אחד הזקני העדה שאמר תפסיקו לשאול שאלות.
And he remembers that conversation in which one of the elders said, stop asking
הגענו
questions.
למקום, כנראה חלק מהדברים שידענו לא קיים.
We got to the right place. Apparently some of the stuff that we knew
ותפקידנו כנראה להיות שותפים בבנייה של הארץ.
and it's apparently our duty to be part in building this land.
בחברה הם בעלי חוסן קהילתי, משפחה קהילתית.
I believe that like a warm and loving house creates warm and loving children that will want to give back to the community. See more than just myself, will see others. So in this way, like if we educate
מי שלא מקבל אהבה לא יודע לתת אהבה.
someone who doesn't get love doesn't know how to give love.